Greetings and blessings, dear friends in the spirit 111. How are you? Got my shirt on that Miss Ella designed. So, guess we're going to make this a tradition. Cheers. What is this, you may ask? It's tart cherry juice. Supposed to be good for you. We'll see. So, I have a lot of things to say, a lot of notes, but you're going to notice once in a while I'm going to be putting my fingers up for a reason. During my car ride into New York City, where I go to Good Morning America, notice the threes, God inspired me. God inspired me. So I have an hour car ride, and I do a lot of thinking, listen to some podcasts, some music. But today, my three words just kind of resonated with me. Now, as you know, I work Good Morning America. Last year, 2017, we did this 4-minute segment called My Three Words. So it didn't even relate until after the fact that I remembered that. But we had 100, 200 people starting outside, going inside the studio, going up the stairs in the second studio, holding up signs that had their three words of inspiration. So in this talk today, I'm going to use three different words that touch my life, that have something to do with me, and I'm going to share. And hopefully something will resonate with you. Hopefully something will touch you. When you do any comments, if anything, stands out, please write it in the comments. Let's start a little dialogue, okay? It's not all about me. It's about all of us friends in the spirit 111. So, and I want to do a shout out to Adam Keith, because he was the camera guy who did Steadicam, all one continuous shot. Good job, Adam. So, let's start with the first thing. My first three words is everything is ministry, okay? So in my life, I try to make everything ministry, okay? I try to minister to my family. I try to minister to my friends. I try to minister to my coworkers. I try to minister to strangers. And sometimes ministering to people is just being friendly, just smiling, holding the door open to them, saying something nice to them, seeing if somebody's kind of down or depressed, just listen, lend an ear. So there's so many ways to minister, and obviously there's volunteering and all that sort of stuff, but just being you, just being loving, just being happy, just letting that light shine. Three other words: media, music, ministry. So last week I showed you my card. I don't know if you can see on the bottom, maybe if you zoom in, but under my name I write media, music, ministry. So career-wise, those are three things that are very important in my life. Okay, media, I've been in television for like 40 years, all right, and still doing it. And besides GMA, I'm working on other projects, which I've shared a little bit with you guys, and I'll show more in the future. Especially I Stand TV and Future Now Media Conference and Oh Yeah Cool Films, a few things that I'm working on. Music, I've been a musician ever since I was 12 years old. I'm 58 years old, so 46 years I've been doing music. And church music, I started back in the folk mass days, and I'm still consistently doing church music for 46 years. So I am honored, I am blessed to be doing that and to touch people, and ministry. And ministry, like I said, is everything. The other three words: health, wealth, and happiness. Now, I don't know where I got those three words from. I don't know if I read it somewhere or I just made it up myself. But every morning when I pray and when I'm driving and I'm passing certain places, or I pass by a friend's place, or I always pray for health, wealth, and happiness for family and friends. For you guys too, friends in the spirit 111. Here's three words. Let's see if you can figure these out. King, Winfrey, Hobson. You figured it out yet? Let's do the first names. Gail, Oprah, Melody. Yeah, Gail King, Oprah Winfrey, and Melody Hobson. So Gail King is a dear friend. We worked at Good Morning America a long time ago. We did a week-long trip and we just hit it off, and she's just a wonderful person. I saw her a few months ago at CBS just to kind of say hi. Oprah I met a couple times. I'm not really friendly with her, but I respect her and the stuff that she has done and what she's doing. My wife actually worked for Oprah back in Chicago 20 years ago. And Melody Hobson is a dear friend. She used to be a financial contributor at GMA. She's at CBS now. We still talk to each other once or twice a year. But I pray for them. Every morning I drive by 57th Street when I'm going to Good Morning America, and that's where CBS is. And I pray for those three ladies and for their family and their friends, especially their spiritual friends. Gail and Oprah are very much tied into the spiritual community, and Deepak and Rob Bell and hundreds of other people. So I pray for them, and I pray, God, wherever you want to take Friends in the Spirit 111, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So I pray for them. If for some reason this ministry is supposed to take off and touch millions of people, I'm ready. If it's supposed to touch a few hundred, a few thousand, and it's touching you, then I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful. So thank you. Faith, family, and friends. Those are the three most important things in my life. My faith, my family, and my friends. You know, the media music ministry is all cool, but that's part of my work. But faith, family, and friends is very, very important to me. I'm going to break down those three words and embellish a little bit on those three words with more three words. So faith, totally different direction. I was born, baptized, raised Catholic. I am still a Catholic church musician. But I'm going in a totally different direction. This Friends in the Spirit 111 is open, as you know, to all faiths, all religions, all spiritualities. My wife and I, Liz, are attending Center for Spiritual Living in Rockland County. Dr. Jennifer, Reverend Jennifer, is the pastor there. I read the Science of the Mind magazines. It's all some really wonderful stuff. And talking about totally different direction, we actually became members. So they had like a little, little initiation and stuff in front of the congregation. And it was really wonderful. Am I still a Catholic Church musician? Yes. Do I still go to the Perpetual Eucharistic Adoration Chapel? Yes. Do I still read other spiritualities and religion? Yes. But I'm going in a different direction, though. Seeing things differently, right? Not only in spirituality, but everything. You know, I'm 58 years old. I see things differently. My kids are getting older. I have a 27-year-old son. I see things differently. I have a little bit of gray hair. Not a lot, but a little bit, you know? I see things differently. Growing up in Queens, now I'm in Rockland County. Different way of living, different upbringing, you know, and I see things differently. And I try to see things more positively, more loving, more nurturing. So tell me if you see things differently, right? Fences Coming Down, which is the website I have, you know, Fences Coming Down could relate to anything in life. I mean, it started out as a spiritual website, but anything in your life, when your fences come down, you're open up to anything. So in marriages, in family, in at work, anything in church, your fences come down. If you want to talk about religion, if you want to talk about race, racial discrimination, once your fences come down, right, your guard is down. You're open up to changes, and you're open up to new ways and new things. Let's take the second word of faith, family, and friends, and let's do family. My three daughters. I have three girls. My only son. I have one son. My lovely wife. So that's family. Let's go to friends. Okay, so light the world. So when I drive to work, right outside on 42nd Street and Broadway, there's this big billboard, and it's hashtag light the world, and it's from the Mormons, and it's their nativity message. Now I know it's February, but that sign is still out there, and I have some dear friends who are Mormons that live in Utah, and I love you guys. You know who you are. But I see that sign every morning, so I think of my dear friends. Wear the message. Tim and Monica Stein are dear friends. I think I met them years ago in the audience of Good Morning America. I have met so many people that I kind of forget where I met them. So whenever we hook up again, I say, "Where did I meet you?" And they kind of remember more than I do. But if you see over my shoulder, wearthemessage.com is a Christian website for apparel. But Friends in the Spirit One isn't just Christian, but they're working on something. I'm gonna kind of go here. This is going to be live very soon, but I'm designing with the help of Tim. Not only this shirt are we putting on there. See, when I got this shirt designed, it was $32, and to get extra copies, it was still $32. I said that's ridiculous. So Tim's working out a deal where all these T-shirts are going to be $20, and he got really the same look. And in the back, instead of blessings with that little moon thing, he's actually using the word blessed or blessed. And he took that, he must have saw one of my tattoos a long time ago. Here's my arm, blessed. So he took that, he inputted that into Photoshop, and he took that and he's going to put that on the back, blessed. But then I said, because I'm very much into the Centers for Spiritual Living, their prayer at the end is namaste. So I'm going to have another shirt, same front, but the back's going to say blessings and namaste. So I'm going to have fun with the front and the back, and there's a design center, so I'm going to do more things. There's a Fences Coming Down logo there that it used to be black, white, and red, but he kind of just did it in the grayscale. It's really, really gorgeous. And then I'm going to do stuff with Jam for GSUS, Jesus, or G suspended chord, or just the word GSUS, which could be really cool. And for those of you who love Jesus, JESUS, this could be a cool way, a different way to kind of promote Jesus and Christianity by doing GSUS. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But that's something else I'm doing. Friends, Robbie Cordell, I think that's how you say your name, a pastor in North Carolina. We met outside Good Morning America. We've been friends. And the last time he was here, he found this little Bible, this little New Testament. I'm going to open up the inside. I don't know if you could see the inside. Can you see that? This is presented at the 12th Annual Communion Breakfast of the St. George Association, New York City Transit System, Chapter 11, held at the Hotel Astor, Broadway and 44th Street, May 3rd, 1953. He found this in some type of thrift shop. I don't know, he paid $1 or whatever. But when he said saw Broadway and 44th Street, that's the address of Good Morning America. So he thought of me and he bought it. And what I'm doing right now. And remember, I said totally different direction in my faith. Like years ago, I read the Bible, and then I kind of haven't done it in a long time. And remember last week I told you about this book, Rediscover Jesus by Matthew Kelly. I took something, I kind of copied it and pasted it. But he was saying 4 different things that you could do to get closer to Jesus, okay, if you're a Christian and that's what you want to do. Number 1, read the 4 Gospels over and over again for 15 minutes each day, okay? So my dear friend in the spirit, Robbie, gave me this little tiny book. So Robbie, 15 minutes a day, I'm reading the Gospels. It's a little tiny for my eyes, so maybe a bigger Bible would have been better. But I'm doing it. And I'm thinking of you there, buddy. Number 2, practice the prayer process. This is a simple process designed to help you enter into a daily conversation with Jesus. Number 3, deny yourself. Find a handful of small ways to deny yourself each day. 4, practice spontaneous prayer. Talk to Jesus about the events of your day as they are unfolding. Okay, so that's any of you dear friends that are Christians, Catholics, that might help you out. If you want to check out the book, go for the book. So let's see what else we got. I think I want to read this one thing. Remember, I read 3 minutes a day, the prayer from the Christophers. So this 3 words is pieing it forward. Pie, like P-I-E, pieing it forward. It started with $1 bill and a Post-it note and grew into a pay it forward movement that swept the nation. Pay it forward, 3 words. Rose's Fresh Pizza in Philadelphia. Oop, I said Philadelphia. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not saying I'm a fan here. I'm just reading this. But maybe God knows something we don't know, huh? Rose's Fresh Pizza in Philadelphia charges only $1 per slice. A couple years ago, a customer handed the owner of Rose's, Mason Wortman, an extra $1, asking that he use this money to buy a piece of pizza for a homeless person. Wortman readily agreed, even putting up a post-it on the wall behind his register to indicate it had indeed been done. Inspired by this simple act of kindness, within 9 months, 8,400 slices of pizza had been purchased for the less fortunate and chronicled in posted form. The donations kept pouring in, and recipients of the free slices continued to express their gratitude in writing. Gratitude in writing, 3 words. One particularly touching note read, I just want to thank everyone that donated to Rose's. It gave me the opportunity to get back on my feet. I start a new job tomorrow. Everybody wants the world to change, but in order for that to happen, we have to change ourselves. And Rose's is a great example of that. From Luke chapter 6, verse 38, give and it will be given to you. Right? We all know that. We all know that, right? Love and love will come back to you, right? Patience. What is that? The prayer of St. Francis. I don't have that with me. I wish I had that with me. But if you don't know the prayer of St. Francis, check it out. But it's, you give unto others and you don't ask for yourself. But, if you need patience, you give patience. If you need love, you give love. You give and it returns to you. And not that you do it so it returns to you. It just happens that way. So the little prayer says, Abba, help me to pay kindness forward today. So maybe you guys could think about that. You could pay kindness forward to somebody else. So in ending, last weekend I went to the S.W. Johnson Firehouse fundraiser, pasta night. Yeah! Bought 5 different pastas there. Troy Spong, right? Is that how you say your name, Troy? S-P-O-N-G. He was the chef. He rocked. My family loved it. We invited Joan Monahan over, our dear friend, and she had a wonderful night. So when I ordered the food, the cashier told me, she says, I see you in church and your voice makes me cry. I said, uh-oh, my voice makes her cry. And she said, no, in a good way, in a good way. So I just wanted to, maybe give you a little laugh at the end. But I'm going to end on a serious note. Fence is coming down, right? I think I might have shared the story before, but if I didn't, I'll share it one more time. I did a prison retreat called REC, R-E-C, Residents Encounter Christ. Actually, one of the heads just called me 2 days ago, and he's going to send me an email. They're looking for, it's a men's retreat in the prison, and they're looking for men to volunteer. It's a weekend retreat. So if anybody's interested, write down, I'm interested in REC, and I'll send you the information. So I did a prison retreat. Now, in these prison retreats, everything is a little different at each retreat, but normally there's a big room and there's a bunch of tables that the residents or the inmates, that's where they sit. Usually four or five to a table, and then we, the lay people, the ministers, come in, and usually we're a team of 10, maybe 12. So there's at least one minister, one lay person, one volunteer that will sit at each table. Sometimes there's two. So one of my friends told me after the weekend, I saw him in the Perpetual Eucharistic Chapel of St. Greg's, and I saw him early in the morning, and he said, "Hey, Ed," he said, "I really missed the guys. Like I really had a great weekend." I said, "Yeah, I did too. I mean, when you spend 3 days with the inmates, you kind of get close to them, and you really see Jesus in their hearts, right?" And he said, when I first sat at the table and we had to do some discussions, they were really cold and they were tough and their guards were up. But he said, your music touched their soul and I saw their fences coming down. And I said, whoa, that's pretty cool. So I thanked him. And then in my car ride down, right? I have an hour car ride down. Okay, God, what do you want me to do with this? Fences coming down. And I started a website, got a logo, and the website's still there, and it's not something that I frequent and change on a daily basis. I'm more into the Friends of the Spirit 111. But I would like you in the comment section, tell me something that is related to you, your fences coming down. If something in your life, if you bring your fences down, or if you have brought your fences down, what will you open up? How did your heart open up? What difficulties or what problems were you able to change while your fence is coming down? So, thank you for listening. I love you guys. Share your faith with family and friends. Blessings to you, and with two hands, namaste.